Have you ever wondered what happens when those who abuse power think they can break a woman's spirit, only to find out she is far more powerful than they could ever imagine? If that makes your heart race, stick with me until the end of this story and don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful tales of justice and revenge. It began on a quiet street when two cops spotted a black woman walking confidently as if she belonged anywhere she set foot. Cop 1 smirked. Well, look what we've got here." "Lost your way, ma'am." Cop 2 laughed cruelly. "No, she looks like she thinks she's somebody important." The woman's eyes didn't flinch as she answered calmly, "I have every right to be here. Leave me alone." But instead of respecting her, the cops exchanged wicked looks, and in an act that dripped with hate and arrogance. One pulled out scissors from his patrol car, chuckling darkly. "Let's make her look the way she belongs." Before she could move, they shoved her against the wall, pinning her down, brutally hacking away at her hair while she screamed in shock and horror. Patches of her hair fell to the ground as the crowd watched in silence, some covering their mouths, others too afraid to step forward. The cops only laughed louder, tossing her hair at her feet like trash. When it was over, the woman stood trembling, hands gripping her head, tears sliding down her face. But then something shifted. She stopped screaming, her breathing steadied, and her eyes lit with a fire that no scissors could cut away. In a low whisper, only for herself, she promised, "You will regret this. Every second of it." The cops strutted away, slapping each other on the back, mocking her dignity. She thought she mattered. Cop 2 sneered. Just another nobody. But that night, as the woman sat in front of her mirror at home, staring at her shaved, humiliated head, her reflection began to change. Slowly, she wiped her tears, straightened her back, and reached for a black judge's robe hanging neatly by her side. She slipped it on with quiet strength, then placed her gavel firmly on the desk in front of her. What stared back in the mirror was no longer a broken woman, it was Judge Williams, a force of justice. The next morning, the courtroom buzzed with chatter, packed wall to wall. At the defense table sat the same two cops, still cocky, smirking as if the system would protect them once again. Another day, another slap on the wrist. Cop 1 whispered with a grin. The bailiff suddenly stood tall, his voice commanding the room. "All rise for the Honorable Judge Williams." The entire courtroom gasped as the doors opened and the same woman they had humiliated walked in. Her black robe flowing like armor, her head still shaved, but her presence towering with unshakable power. The cops' smug faces drained of color, their jaws falling open as they realized who she was. Judge Williams' voice cut through the silence. "Cold and steady, you may sit. Except for the two of you." Murmurs swept across the courtroom as the cops shifted nervously, sweat dripping down their necks. Judge Williams raised her gavel, her voice booming with righteous fury. "Last night, you thought you could humiliate me because of the color of my skin? Today, justice will humiliate you in front of the world." She slammed the gavel, and suddenly the big screen behind her lit up. The crowd gasped as security footage rolled, showing the two officers shaving her hair while laughing. Reporters' cameras flashed, phones recorded every second, and the courtroom roared in outrage. Cop 2 dropped to his knees, begging, "Your Honor, we didn't know." "Please." Judge Williams cut him off with a hand in the air. "Exactly. You didn't care who I was. And now, everyone will know exactly who you are." She turned to the bailiffs with icy resolve. "Strip them of their badges." Now gasps turned to cheers as the bailiffs ripped the badges from their uniforms and snapped handcuffs on their wrists. The once proud cops were dragged away as the courtroom erupted, people shouting, "Justice! Justice!" Judge Williams stood tall, her voice steady as she declared, "They shaved my hair to strip away my dignity. But dignity does not come from looks, it comes from truth and from justice." She banged the gavel one final time, the sound echoing like thunder, as the crowd rose to their feet in a standing ovation. Reporters swarmed, cameras flashed, and amidst the sea of cheering voices. A young black girl in the gallery wiped her tears, staring at Judge Williams with admiration, so deep it could fuel her own future. That girl had just seen the meaning of true power, that no humiliation could ever silence justice. And if this story of courage and revenge made your heart burn with fury and pride, type the word justice in the comments below.